Welcome back to the 2015 MAAC Women's Basketball Championships, housed here at the Times Union Center in the state capital, Albany, New York. Our second featured matchup today, Pitt's number 2 Marist going up against the number 3 seed Fairfield as they split the season series during the regular season. A look at our brackets now. Already one slot is filled. Quinnipiac knocking off Siena earlier today, and they await the winner of this game between Fairfield and Marist. Marist got here. They beat St. Peter's on Friday. Fairfield bested Niagara. And welcome, everybody. I'm Dean Darling, along with MAAC Hall of Famer Julianne Vianney. Mitch Sponagirl works the sideline a little later for us. Marist, the 9-time MAAC defending champ, struggled in the quarterfinals to get here. Only beat number 10 St. Peter's by 5.
Yeah, but you know what? At this point in the season, it's about surviving and advancing. So you don't have to win pretty. They pulled out the W. They're a program that's been here before, so they'll rely on their experience today to pursue another MAAC crown.
All right, let's get right to the starting lineups as Marist and Fairfield tangle here in the second semifinal. Felicia DeCruz, she's the engine that makes them go. Had a wonderful game in the quarterfinals. 9 assists, 1 turnover in the win against Niagara. Shots line, Cooper, Casey Smith made the MAAC all-rookie team, and also third-team all-conference player, and Christine Miller. On the other side for the Foxes, Natalie Gomez-Martinez, the point guard, the freshman Clement, Sydney Coffey, who was the MVP of the MAAC postseason tournament a year ago, Madeline Blaze, and Tori DeRose are first-team all-conference members. For Fairfield, year number 8, Joe Frager. First 7 years, never had a losing season. He brings his team in with a 15-15 overall record in this one, and he has done a great job. He's taken to the postseason the last 3 years as well. There's Brian Georges. He, as well as Frager, one of the more experienced coaches in the league, 7-time Coach of the Year in the league. He's taken Marist to the title game 11 straight years, and he's won them 10 times, but he's got a tough out here today against Fairfield. Series history, 48th meeting. Again, they split the season series. Fairfield won at Marist, and Marist won at Alumni Hall at Fairfield. We should have a good one here at the Times Union Center. The officials, Kathy Lonergan, Michael Schmidt, Keith Miller. Marist controls the test. Coffey, who missed 4 of the last 6 games, and it really told because they lost a bunch of games at the end of the regular season.
Definitely. She had that injury to her ankle, and they struggled during that time. She's a pivotal piece for this Marist squad. And today's going to be interesting. I mean, Marist has to be consistent offensively. When they played Fairfield in their last meeting, they only scored 10 points in the first half of that game.
Shots line, hits from deep, and Allie Clement got hit in the head. And obviously she's a little woozy right now as Gomez-Martinez goes over to check on her, and obviously attending to her right eye. As not sure exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was a quick play. I'm not sure either if we take a look here.
So Brian Georges will.
You know what? She got stuck on DeRose's arm. Looked like she was trying to squeeze through the pick and got caught.
She'll be attended by the trainer.
And they don't mess around when you get hit with the head in the head area. I mean, nowadays they're always looking for concussions, and hopefully she's okay.
So it also could have been possibly a contact situation as well. But they are checking just outside her eye as they stop play here, and shots line puts them out in front 3-0. As it looks like Eileen Van Horn will replace her, and again being checked there. So Fairfield, they're saying, wow, we got off to a good start here. We want to play on, but
right.
Obviously
that put a little damper in the three-pointer that they just hit.
You talk about shots line. She's a very good outside shooter for them over the years. She is a junior. You see that one going down, and you see Allie Clement going down as well. Two coaches are being called together right now. There by Kathy Lonergan, who has done many a big game in her career as the referee. Frager and Georges are good friends. Coaches of the MAAC have a fraternity, so to speak, and they respect each other.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I mean, they're both very solid coaches. I mean, Coach Frager's always been a coach that prepares well for teams in the MAAC, and particularly against Marist, especially this year. He's prepared pretty well against them. And what's interesting is Fairfield runs a lot of plays. I mean, anyone that watches the MAAC knows that Joe Frager runs sets. That's his style. And then Marist, that Coach Georges runs a lot of motion. You can't really scout Marist that well because of that. But you know, we spoke to some of the Marist crew before this game, and Joe Frager added probably 10 or 12 plays just at the end of the year here. It's amazing that they can remember them all.
Blaze on the pull-up. Normally, Blaze is known for her outside marksmanship, but also she can drive the ball.
She can, and she lit it up against Fairfield in that second half in their last meeting. So I would be surprised if she's able to do what she does well today.
Here's DeCruz out of Rockland County, New York. Had a good 4-year career, the only senior on the team. Smith looking downtown. There for Cooper. Cooper, the Canadian, who's so tall and grabs so many rebounds and gets resets for her team. Christine Miller, probably the most athletic player on the floor right now for Fairfield, calling for the ball. She shoots over 60% from the field.
And that's a nice isolation play. She saw she had Blaze on her, posted her up real hard, and they cleared that left side out. Nice execution.
Van Horn, Giroux, Coffey, Gomez-Martinez, and Blaze on the floor. And twice now, Marist has gone hard to the dish.
And they've got to do that, and especially if they've got to attack Fairfield from the get-go. If they attack Fairfield, they'll also get their perimeter game going. So a nice job establishing the paint. And Giroux is so tough. She turns and faces like a guard.
Second leading scorer in the MAAC, second leading rebounder in the MAAC. First team all-conference. That's a walk on Smith as she received the pass.
Marist kind of lucked out that time because that was another opportunity for Christine Miller slipping to the basket again on Blaze. They're really trying to abuse that matchup in the paint.
There's Blaze. Foxes coming in, 20 wins overall for the 12th straight year. Brian Georges has guided them to that 20-win plateau. That's extra dividends right there. Van Horn, who doesn't get a lot of playing time, hits a 3 in there for the injured Clement.
And that's all because Natalie Gomez-Martinez created that opportunity. She penetrated in and pitched out. If you've got players that can hit from the perimeter, that's the best way to get open shots.
Van Horn from Waukesha, Wisconsin. And the ball goes back to the Red Foxes. Fairfield wants this game probably played in the 50s. Marist obviously wants the game up there above it a little bit.
Yeah, they do. I think they want to speed it up a little bit, and that's a nice backdoor to Blaze.
And you just recognize Gomez-Martinez. She's played big in the last 2 possessions.
She has it, and you know what? She's been leading the team in assists, really, for the most part, much of the games this year, and she's doing tremendous, getting people the basketball. Her best point is not shooting, but she facilitates things pretty well.
Good hands by Van Horn. So Van Horn has waited for her opportunity. She started early in the year, but she lost that to the freshman Clement, but now coming off the bench, playing in her 26 games, usually goes about 11 minutes a game. Shot clock at 5 seconds. There's Miller, and Blaze picks up the personal.
I think there's a matchup problem there. Miller really giving Blaze a hard time on this end of the floor with her physicality. I mean, there's not a huge size differential, but Christine Miller just a little bit stronger, I think, pushing her.
Mentioned that she led the team in field goal percent, 63%. I mean, she'll go on a tear. Well, she'll make like 6 of 6 from the field. 68% shooter at the line from Egg Harbor City, New Jersey.
It really all depends on matchups with Christine Miller. Some games you see her go off, and we're looking over there, making sure Clement's okay.
Got a weld around that right eye.
Yeah, it looks like she might have a black eye tomorrow.
She hopes tomorrow
battle
in the MAAC final,
right? If she wins, well, in general, she'll have a black eye either way.
And Madeline Blaze is not taking a long distance shot, but she's hit a couple inside.
And she's going to have players come out and cover her from the arc because that's what she does well. So she's got to have that in her repertoire to be able to take it off the bounce.
Cooper drills the three. Samantha Cooper from Ontario, Canada, averaging 7.6 a game.
She's had some big games, some game-winning shot type games against Marist this year and Iona. I mean, she's been playing pretty confidently.
Here's DeRose with the fade. A lot of red shirts around the ball. Yeah, back to the Cooper story. She only played 3 games last year, was injured, and missed the rest of the season.
Yeah, she had double knee surgery and had a hole in both her meniscuses. But she's come back and looks pretty 100% to me.
She's had a strong season. They free up shots line. Her second triple here in the half.
And shots line's the player to look out for. She's had a nice season for this team, and at 6 feet, she creates some matchup problems. You got to find her.
Third-team all-conference player, made the MAAC all-rookie team her freshman year. And Marist continues to drive the ball. Obviously, that's a big part of this game plan.
And Kristen Schatzline getting a look off the screen. And we've got a close one here. Fairfield up.
You could win an out-of-the-blue party with a rock star, like Charlie XCX. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag #OutOfTheBlue with a picture of Pepsi.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best, while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history, where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
MAAC Basketball is brought to you by the 2015 MAAC Basketball Championships at the Times Union Center here in Albany, New York, now through March 9th. Visit MAACsports.com/basketball for more information. Well, we got the Battle of the Bands here. They're both attired in red, so you got to really look at the emblem to see which one is which.
Red Madness here.
Natalie Gomez-Martinez shooting 2. She's been a significant factor here in the first few minutes of this ball game. They handed us the stats, and you pointed out, Julianne, no rebounds for Marist.
Yeah, it's 5-0 on the rebounding front, which is kind of an odd stat. After 5 minutes, it's gone by already.
Throws tied up by DeCruz. The ball back to the Stags.
And that hasn't been Marist's strong point all year is rebounding, but certainly something you want to be able to do against a Fairfield team to get some second and third chances. Not allow them to get so many possessions.
Down low to Cooper. She beat Coffey that time to the block.
That's a quick cut to the basket, and Coffey just lost her behind, and that seems too easy.
Matched up on their best defender, Sydney Coffey. Here's Blaze going hard.
I like to see Blaze taking it to the basket. I mean, it opens up her game and makes her much tougher to cover. I mean, you see players are coming out on her. She's learning how to take it to the basket well.
When she first got to campus, primarily she was a three-point shooter and a long-distance shooter, but she's obviously upped her game, taking it to dish, and a great free throw shooter as well. Cooper digs it out.
You want to see her get to the line. If she can shoot from the free throw, then take it to the basket. But another opportunity here for Fairfield, continuing to crash the glass.
Joe Frager calls her Fish. Felicia DeCruz. And that's the way she played the other night against Niagara when they knocked off the Purple Eagles 65-57.
Just really assertive and just took it right at Natalie Gomez-Martinez, and then she returns the favor.
The duel of battling point guards right here. Gomez has had a few assists in this early part of the game, and she goes inside. Fairfield's taken 3 threes made them all, as that one's inside and scored.
I expected to see it, though. See a game like this. I mean, it's going to be back and forth. Casey Smith, another player. Smitty, they call her. I mean, she's been quite the player this season as well.
Here's Blaze, and that's what Blaze is known for.
Blaze has come out guns hot. I mean, she's playing aggressive, taking it to the basket, and now stepping out, hitting from the outside. They need to get something from the inside, too, from maybe Tori Jaros hasn't gotten too many looks yet.
Now it's shots line.
Trading hoops. And Shotsline is one of the best shooters from out there. Such a talented guard that can play that combo. Good instincts.
Again, Gomez-Martinez is snuffed by DeCruz.
She went in against 2.
You mentioned about Casey Smith that she took it out of bounds with her. She's a transfer in from St. Joe's. She was actually injured and didn't play at St. Joe's.
Look at DeCruz from behind. She's actually behind the play, but this was a smart way of maneuvering her body where she didn't hit her with the body. Used all arm, just tipped it out. DeCruz is a gritty player.
Number 7 in the MAAC in assists this year. (22-19). Fairfield break on the court. When we come back, we'll huddle up with Joe Frager.
Joe, your offense is really clicking. You got 6 baskets and I think 6 assists, and you're getting contributions from a lot of people.
Yeah, and the offense is doing pretty well right now. I'm a little bit concerned about the defensive end. They're getting the ball to the rim too easy on us right now. I think that's because we're really concerned because they're such a good 3-point shooting team. We've got to do a better job collectively as a team, but we're pleased with what we're doing on the offensive end so far.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you.
For over 8 years, Vice Chopper has been your neighbor. For thousands of teammates and supported causes such as Paul and partner with local events, growers and manufacturers. Our customers and outlets raise millions of dollars through worthy charities in nourishing and communities where we live and work. Vice Chopper is proud to sponsor the 2015 MAAC tournament. We're not just in your neighborhood, we're your neighbor. And on the sports, the newest member of Let's Team Sports is your one-stop shopping place for all your athletic needs. Visit www.ice.com.
Second semifinal today here in Albany, 22-19. Fairfield in the lead, and Mitch Bonagurla just spoke with head coach of Fairfield, Joe Frager.
Joe, your offense is really clicking. You got 6 baskets and I think 6 assists, and you're getting contributions from a lot of people.
Yeah, and the offense is doing pretty well right now. I'm a little bit concerned about the defensive end. They're getting the ball to the rim too easy on us right now. I think that's because we're really concerned because they're such a good 3-point shooting team. We've got to do a better job collectively as a team, but we're pleased with what we're doing on the offensive end so far.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you.
MAAC fans, log on to MAACFanZone.com today and sign up for the MAAC Fan Rewards Program. Use social media to redeem points towards special MAAC prizes and become the #1 fan of the MAAC. Visit MAACFanZone.com now. Joe Frager talking about the offense, but coaches are always concerned on the other side of the ledger, defense.
Right, and I can understand why Joe Frager's concerned about that, because they have been covering Marist for the 3-ball, which has opened up the lane for them, and they can take it off the bounce. So they're still ahead of the game, but Fairfield's shooting the ball at a high percentage clip right now, which is helping them, maintain this lead.
So the rebound picked up there by Cooper. Good to see Allie Clement is back in for Marist, wearing number 4. She was hurt in the first minute of play. Took a shot from her own teammate around the eye. And obviously cleared to play.
And Fairfield's still up 6-1 on the glass, and they've got 6 points off second chance opportunity, so that says something.
7 seconds on the shot clock. And the Foxes dig out their second rebound of the game. First time on the floor, Brittany Lai. Brittany Lai has had a really good last third of the season. Blaze had it for a brief instance. Marist will keep it. Foxes a year ago won 27 games and won the MAAC title against Quinnipiac, who awaits in the wings for the MAAC championship game tomorrow at 4:30 on ESPNU. Sydney Coffey, that looked good right from our vantage point.
Yeah, nice catch and shoot. She was in rhythm. Did not hesitate at all. And Coffey, over the years, she's improved that 3-ball. I remember as a freshman, she was not as consistent from the arc. But she's been more direct this year in her shooting.
She's a junior out of Minnesota. Active hands by the Foxes. Blaze uses her body to ward off the defender, and Smith picks up the personal.
A good decision not to thread the needle that time. Allie Clement, she could have tried to force that ahead. You see her Blaze, I think, had a better angle and uses her body, doesn't shy away from the contact, and now she goes to the line where you want to see her because she's a 90-something% shooter from there.
92 to be exact, led the MAAC this year. Her technique, she works on a lot. It's so effortless when you look at it. Good student at Marist College, MAAC All-Academic team as a sophomore.
Real smooth.
Just went over 1,000 career points here on Friday night, 1,016 to be exact. They do it on the defensive end.
And that's where Marist has shown up consistently, is defensively.
Coffey got a little step inside. Cooper for the clear. Really marveled the other night at the grit of Felicia DeCruz. They were back and forth with Niagara. I mean, she put the team on her back, not only assisting, but hitting 3 of her last 4 shots.
She's got those leadership qualities where she's taking the team on her shoulder. She might not score the most points every game, but she'll have 9 assists and facilitate everything. Handling the basketball, and that's just trying to force it in.
Kelsey carries in, number 23 for Fairfield. We've been impressed with her this year, and DeCruz launches one. Cooper on the lean in, and Blaze just got her 2nd foul.
Now, Fairfield can be a tough team to cover because they run so many plays. You can't memorize everything. And right here, we take a look here at Blaze battling on the boards, and then, yep, looked like she leaned her body in a little bit. But foul number 2, they certainly don't want to lose her. And 9:20 left, and Coach Georges will take her out the rest of the half.
You know it better than anybody.
Yep, he will.
You played for him.
She will not come back in because you can't afford for her to pick up her 3rd. That hurts. That hurts because she was having quite the game.
13 of their 24 points she owns.
It's a lot of time to have to sit her.
Christine Miller went out. She had the great start for Fairfield. She went out at the 14:48 mark with 2 personal fouls.
Both of them. And a nice back door. And you got to finish that. Good pass, though.
Kat Fogarty is on the court for Blaze. Where's number 35? Shots line has had a great start. 3 for 3 from the outside. There's Smith.
And you see Smitty's going to try to take her out, take Fogarty out on the perimeter. She's got that ability to pull you out.
Here's Clement. So Georges has some youth out there. Birchmeyer wears 52. And we also mentioned about Clement. So he's got 2 freshmen. He's had to play a lot of freshmen this year, a lot of minutes.
which can help in your future. At least you can really prune them, and then they're ready for the next 3 years.
They're going to rely on Gomez, Martinez, and Coffey in this instance. 2 veteran players. You look at Coffey, she's been to the NCAA tournament first 2 years. And she with the wing jumper.
Wide open. And that was all because of solid patience on this end. No forced shots, and then you get the shot you really want. Coffey was pretty deep.
Turned an ankle up at Canisius in February early, and then had to sit out 4 of the last 6. Actually didn't play in a big game against Quinnipiac at home. The Quinnipiac beat Marist by 18.
That was a tough day for Marist. And Coffey does a lot of things out there.
Ryan George is getting after his freshman Birchmeyer about that shot selection. 7:17 left here in the first half. More points being scored than what we thought originally.
It's a really good pace to this game. A good amount of offense. And both teams are just shooting well. And it's always fun to watch, Dean.
Marist at 59%, Fairfield at 42%. I agree with you on that one, that's for sure. Smith is not bashful. She's taken a lot of shots from that right side, and a good strong rebound by Birchmeyer causes the foul. 6:52 left here in the first half. Gomez with the drive and the dish for Coffey. 2 trays in the first half.
If you want to be in medicine, start practicing. If you want to be in accounting, start crunching numbers. If you want to score points, get in the game. If you want to make a difference, serve others. Canisius students are many things. Eager to learn, capable of taking on an ever-changing world. The only thing they're not is content to sit still.
It's the community.
And here we go.
The atmosphere.
What a game. You can just feel the electricity here.
The competition.
Wow. We are tied.
The fans.
This is the matchup everyone's been wanting to see. And now the crowd is beginning to swell.
The 2015 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regionals. March 28th and 30th at Times Union Center in Albany, New York. What it's all for.
'15 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regionals. They're coming right here to the Times Union Center in Albany. You can experience live, catch the action on the regional side, March 28th and 30th here in Albany, hosted by the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference and Siena College. Affordable all-session tickets are on sale. For tickets, visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and secure your seats today. That's exciting news for the Albany region to bring a regional here. I mean, college basketball, especially on the women's side, is just blooming. I mean, obviously with UConn and teams of that age. South Carolina's had a great year. You mentioned Maryland, I remember, in our first game.
Maryland and Princeton. I mean, how about Princeton? I mean, I love seeing an Ivy League school go undefeated. It's pretty unbelievable. But, of course, you know, you're seeing more and more coverage, too, of the women's game and the men's. But TV has really exploded basketball. And to bring the championships here to Albany is great, especially for the MAAC conference, and it just kind of really markets the conference well, in my opinion. And it's a beautiful region, and this place is nice. I played here, I think, at least 2 or 3 of my years when I was at Marist, and I loved shooting here. I don't know, I just liked it.
And some people get freaked out by the background, but obviously it's not affecting the 2 teams today.
It's an arena, you know. I mean, I think it's a great place and platform to play big games in.
The give and go there. Giroux misread it. And the ball back to the Stags. 4th turnover on the Foxes. Number 1 in the league in fewest turnovers per game, and that's been a moniker of Coach Georges throughout the years.
Coach Georges is just so good at making sure his teams don't turn it over. You just don't turn it over with him, or you're in trouble the next day.
You're going to be sitting by him.
Yeah, you know, it's just giving freebies away to the other team, so that was always something on all of our minds, and just don't turn it over as they turned it over here.
2 consecutive times. DeCruz gets the word from Frager as she comes up the court. Senior, Chestnut Ridge, New York, her hometown. Played high school ball at Alberta's Magnus 4 years ago.
I remember covering her in high school. She was pretty gritty then, too.
The shots line off the bounce. And Kelsey Carey with the turn-back jumper.
Kelsey Carey has the ability to do big things in games. We've seen her have some big games this year, but those second and third chance opportunities are hurting Marist right now, because right now, looks like Fairfield has about 10 points off second opportunities.
Again, Marist without their second leading scorer. Coffey trying to take up the slack. She's hit 2 trays. Gomez Martinez, you mentioned she's not really a scorer or a shooter, at that time settled on the wing. So Blaze went out at the 9:20 mark. They had her off the court for 4 minutes. Christine Miller went out several minutes ago for Fairfield.
And what's impressive right now is that Tori Giroux is kind of getting shut down. I think Fairfield's got her number on the block. They're not allowing her to get the ball too easily, making her work for it.
She with the basketball, and that's called a walk. She was off balance, leaning in so heavy on the defender.
But I think she's got that ability to do that. If she catches it on the perimeter, she can turn and face it, take it off the bounce. Let's take a look and see if she does travel here. It's tough to tell. She might have moved that pivot foot or dragged it.
And we saw Carey hit the jumper down here, then Carey defended. We like her grit. We've mentioned a couple times we've been able to broadcast her games from Staten Island, New York. Here you see the field goals. Since that time for Fairfield, going up 1 for their last 10 after the great start.
Yeah, they've gone pretty cold, and that was kind of after Christine Miller came out of the game.
Alina Orts misfires on an easy one. And the Fox is up 1 with a chance to add. Van Horn has replaced Clement for the 2nd time in the ball game. There's crowd trying to get their team into it.
They brought a nice crowd.
They did. And Coffey's fouled on a 3. DeCruz jumped into her on the release. Coffey finishes with a chance at a 4-point play.
That's a huge play. You never want to foul someone on the 3-point line. And Sydney Coffey makes that 3 and 1, has a chance for a 4-point play. Marist up.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
Could win an Out of the Blue party with rock stars like Fall Out Boy. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag Out of the Blue with a picture of Pepsi.
MAAC fans, log on to MAACfanzone.com today to enter into the MAAC Fan Rewards program. Enter the promo code BASKET to redeem your bonus points towards special MAAC gifts and prizes.
Nice read. You know, I'm going to go out for a hot dog. I'll let you do the play-by-play, the promo cards.
Not quite you, Dean. Not quite. I need to practice.
All right. Sydney Coffey was fouled by Felicia DeCruz on a three-pointer off the right elbow. DeCruz's second foul, and Coffey with a chance to put her team out in front by 5. Sydney Coffey has picked up a lot of the slack with their second leading scorer, Maddie Blaze, on the bench, playing only 11 minutes with 2 personal fouls.
But for Marist to maintain their lead without Blaze in the game after how good she started out, it shows something good for Marist. And it shows they've got some other players that can step it up here.
So it's Lai, Van Horn, Coffey, Jarose, and Fogarty right now for Brian George's group. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Shot clock has not been a problem today. Jarose. Fairfield, the 3 seed, coming in 15-15 overall, went 13-7 in the MAAC this year. Nailed down that 3rd spot with a late win against Iona on the last week of the regular season. Iona got bounced out of the tournament here yesterday by Siena, who lost today to Quinnipiac in our first semifinal. And Quinnipiac awaits the winner of this game for the championship tomorrow. Both teams starting to tighten it up a little bit on the D. That's Lizzie Ball in the last second.
That was a solid defensive possession, though, for Marist, really forcing Fairfield to work for their shot.
Fox is doing a much better job rebounding the ball, too, especially on the defensive end.
And that's big if they want to control the tempo.
Lai, who played her high school ball at Irvington High School in New York, forces Frager to call for a timeout.
That's penetration and pinch at its finest. And it's from the post to the guard. Good job nailing that shot when you get it.
She was, yes, shooters ready on that opportunity.
She had her hands ready, her feet moving.
As Ryan Georges looks down at his sheet, gathers his team together.
Maddie Blaze started out the game really, really successful. On the bench now with foul trouble, and Sydney Coffey has stepped it up big time. She's nailed a couple of threes from pretty deep and kept this team in it and ahead. And this was a huge play. Fouled on the three-point line and 1. And Coffey's got 10 points. She's 3 for 3 from behind the arc. She's got to continue to be assertive.
Lizzie Ball wears number 1 with Carey, both coming off the bench, and Carey's come up with a couple air balls here in the first half. Fairfield has misfired on 15 of the last 16 shots.
This is because Marist has cleaned up their defense a lot better. They've not allowed Fairfield to do what they want to do with their play action. And early on, Fairfield was trying to really pound it inside on Marist.
That concerned Joe Frager, who came over from Southern Connecticut State 8 years ago, where he won a Division II national title. He's never had a losing season, 7 straight winning seasons. 4 times he's had 20 wins or more in a year. He lost some valuable people to graduation. Obi Tabo, Szynski.
And despite that, he had one of their toughest non-conference schedules this year. And he said, I think it was the 8th most difficult schedule in the country as of January 1st. And, you know, he did tell us, I think that I might have been a little aggressive with the team this year, but those games really benefited his squad, I think, in MAAC play.
Kelsey Carey, obviously a little bit upset, as her team has had a problem trying to put the ball in. And once again, a miss, but dug out by the Danbury, Connecticut resident, Lizzie Ball.
And I think, too, Dean, this could be that one year that a lot of the teams in the MAAC think they've got a chance because Marist has lost a couple of MAAC games this season. So, if anything, they're coming into these games believing a little more than they have in the past.
Great pass by Lai. Again, Lai has stepped up her game, and sometimes you get that maturity maybe halfway through your sophomore year.
Nice ball movement, and Lai has a very nice court vision as well. Pretty high IQ. When she gets into the teeth of the defense, she tends to find open players. Marist making a run here.
They're on a 13-2 run over the last 7.5 minutes. Birchmeyer on the foul. We're going to take it under 30 seconds left in the half, and Fairfield really struggling for the field.
They started out hot.
They did, and this lady was really hot in the beginning. She short on it.
I think Christine Miller coming out of the game really hurt, but they're 1 for their last 19. So there's some frustration over there on that Joe Frager bench and Fairfield bench.
And now Brian Georges wants to diagram up a last-second basket if he can. Yeah, Christine Miller went out 14:48 after she got off to the great start. You were talking about the mismatches, and Marist was having a hard time handling her.
Right.
And that hurt.
Blaze was covering Miller, having a difficult time, and then Miller came out of the ball game. But Blaze, on the offensive end, was giving Fairfield some trouble. So it was on both ends. But right now, Marist gets the ball here, and they're looking to try to extend this lead past 11 going into the half. So this is a big defensive stop for Fairfield. They don't want to allow Marist to extend the lead any more than they have.
One of the big players during this last 10-minute period has been Sydney Coffey. She hits the 4-point play. She's hit a couple big shots. She's dug out a couple rebounds and defended.
I wouldn't be surprised if she takes the last shot here.
Lai leaving it for Jarose. And Jarose had no room to come down.
Yeah, shots line was waiting there for her, but Jarose will still get to the line, get a chance to put a couple up.
9th foul on the Stags. New opportunity for the Stags here. Less than 2 seconds left. Shots line comes up short, as did Fairfield on their outside shooting during the last 6-7 minutes of this half. They go scoreless. In fact, 5:45 and only hit 1 of 20 shots. Marist got some inspired play from Sydney Coffey. Maddie Blaze scored inside early, but then she was saddled with foul problems. Cooper was hot early. And Jarose with the baseline answer. Foxes by 11.
Christian had a scoring drought there the last 12 minutes. She had 22 points with like 12 minutes to go. What happened?
We're just getting frustrated on offense. We're not hitting our normal shots that we usually do, and we're just not boxing out to get the offensive rebound.
Yeah, because early in the game it looked like you got some open three-point looks. Marist's defense is picked up. What do you need to do to get back, get some open looks?
We have to set better screens. We have to look inside out, and then hopefully we'll get better looks.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Maddie, you got off to a great start, 13 points and then the fouls, but your teammates picked you up.
Oh my God, they did. Really, really good defense. You know, we held them to pretty low scoring the last 10 minutes. I'm really impressed with, Eileen. We're sprinting through screens. It's really impressive.
Yeah, Coach kept harping on rotation, help. You're doing a great job with that. The last 12 minutes, you held them like 4 points. You got to continue that in the second half.
It's something we've struggled with all year, and it's a good time for it to finally come together.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Marist goes on a 15-4 run after we were tied at 22 to lead it here by 11. At halftime, Mitch Bonaguro just spoke with the leading scorer from Fairfield, Kristen Schatzline.
Christian had a scoring drought there the last 12 minutes. She had 22 points with like 12 minutes to go. What happened?
We're just getting frustrated in offense. We're not hitting our normal shots that we usually do, and we're just not boxing out to get the offensive rebound.
Yeah, because early in the game it looked like you got some open three-point looks. Marist's defense is picked up. What do you need to do to get back, get some open looks?
We have to set better screens. We have to look inside out, and then hopefully we'll get better looks.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And a look at our updated bracket. Quinnipiac won today by 17 over Siena, advancing as the #1 seed. And they await the winner of this game between Fairfield and Marist. Quinnipiac played in the MAAC championship game a year ago, and they look for redemption as they had a big lead in that game and eventually lost it to the Foxes by 4. Again, we're going to go off at 4:30 Eastern Time right here on ESPNU. ESPN Sports Family, and it's Monday at 4:30 from Times Union Center. Again, on ESPNU. MAAC fans, this is the best one yet. 2015 MAAC men's and women's basketball championships are here at the Times Union Center in Albany, now through Monday, March the 9th. Purchase your tickets today by logging on to MAACsports.com/basketball or Ticketmaster.com or at any MAAC school box office. The 2015 MAAC basketball championships. This is the best one yet. Speaking about best, we're going to take a look at some award winners from the MAAC announced earlier this week when we return from break.
Fulfill your educational goals on a 22-acre private residential campus just minutes away from the world's economic, cultural, communications, and entertainment center, New York City. For more than 160 years, Manhattan College has promised a Lasallian Catholic education featuring 5 schools of study that challenge students to excel academically while providing career opportunities second to none. Find out what Manhattan College can promise your future.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
You must do the thing you think you cannot do.
The mind is everything. What you think, you become.
It is not best that we should all think alike.
He who learns but does not think is lost.
The main purpose of life is to live rightly, think rightly, act rightly.
Oh, the things you could think of if only you try.
You could win an out-of-the-blue party with a rock star, like Charlie XCX. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag #OutOfTheBlue with a picture of Pepsi.
Welcome back to halftime of our MAAC women's semifinal game here in Albany today. And earlier this week, the MAAC handed out several key postseason awards. Here's a look at this year's winners.
The 2015 MAAC Women's 6th Player of the Year. From Quinnipiac, Maria Napolitano. A 5'9" junior guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, Napolitano averaged 6.9 points and 1.8 rebounds while playing just over 16 minutes per game this season for the Bobcats. On the year, Napolitano recorded 6 double-digit scoring efforts, highlighted by a season-high 19-point performance against Manhattan on January 18th. The junior closed out of the regular season strong, coming off the bench and finishing with 17 points in the Bobcats' regular season finale against Monmouth. The MAAC Women's 6th Player of the Year, Maria Napolitano, Quinnipiac University. The 2015 MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year. From Siena, Teresa Coles. Coles, a 5'10" senior guard from Loudonville, New York, averaged 3.1 steals per game for the Saints to rank first in the league and 16th in the country. Coles set the Saints' all-time steals record on February 19th and sits at 298 career steals, ranking third among active leaders in the nation and 8th all-time in MAAC history. The guard also averages 5.1 rebounds per outing, including 2.1 offensive rebounds per game to rank 10th in the conference. Offensively, Coles contributes 13.5 points per game and 2.9 assists per game. She joined Sienna's 1,000-point club on January 24th and finished the regular season with 377 points. The MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year, Teresa Coles, Siena College. The 2015 The Rock MAAC Women's Coach of the Year, Trisha Fabry of Quinnipiac University. In her 20th season at the helm of the Quinnipiac University Bobcats, Coach Fabry was a unanimous selection as she led the team to its first ever MAAC regular season title and the #1 overall seed in the championship. Her team became just the 6th squad to complete a perfect MAAC regular season in 2015, as the Bobcats finished the regular season with a 20-0 conference record and a 28-3 overall record, including a 14-0 mark in home games this season. 4 of her players have been named to the All-MAAC teams in 2015. The 2015 The Rock MAAC Women's Coach of the Year, from Quinnipiac, Trisha Fabry. The 2015 MAAC Women's Rookie of the Year, from Siena, Margot Hetzke. A unanimous selection to the 2015 All-MAAC Rookie Team. And the unanimous MAAC Rookie of the Year, Siena freshman forward Hetzke led all first-year players around the league in scoring, averaging 13.8 points per game, good for 5th best in the league. The Penfield, New York native pulled down 7.3 rebounds per game and shot 45.1% from the paint. Hetzke was named MAAC Rookie of the Week 9 times this season. The MAAC Women's Rookie of the Year, Margot Hetzke, Siena College.
And you see the MAAC Award winners. Trisha Fabry will be leading her team into action in the MAAC Final tomorrow on ESPNU, named Coach of the Year, and justly so at her 20th year. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the highlights and some of the numbers from the first half that gave Marist an 11-point lead after 20 minutes.
The right education can inspire you to do anything. Challenge yourself. Prepare for success. This is your moment to create, explore, discover, matter to each other and to the world. Be inspired to do anything at Monmouth University.
It's the community.
And here we go.
The atmosphere.
What a game. You can just feel the electricity here.
The competition.
Wow. We are tied.
The fans.
This is the matchup everyone's been wanting to see. And now the crowd is beginning to swell.
The 2015 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regionals. March 28th and 30th at Times Union Center in Albany, New York. What it's all for.
I'm excited for college, but financially, it's going to be a little hard. I have to apply for scholarships, definitely. Money is kind of a big topic for us for college.
Job placement is really important, especially in today's economy, because I want to work as soon as I can to work off the debt and do, what I want to start doing for a living. I want to have the nice progression from, school to college to my life.
You could win an out-of-the-blue party with rock stars like Fall Out Boy. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag #OutOfTheBlue with a picture of Pepsi.
Welcome back to our halftime presentation here at Albany. Fairfield, the 3 seed, Marist, the 2 seed, and right now it's Marist with the upper hand. Along with Julie Ampiani, I'm Dean Darling. Thanks again for joining us today here in Albany at ESPN 3. Not normally does your star player score 13 points in 11 minutes, go to the bench with 9 minutes. Usually there's a drop-off. However, Sydney Coffey helped the Red Foxes a lot.
Yeah, she really stepped up after Madeline Blaze got in foul trouble. Blaze started out on fire. She was hitting shots from the perimeter, penetrating, but then Sydney Coffey did pick up the slack, and that's something Coffey does and what you kind of expect from a veteran like her. But it shows that Marist has more than one player, and it's happened all year where different players have stepped up at different times for them, but that's why they were able to pull ahead. And Fairfield shot very poorly. They shot 1 of their last 19 after they started out the game hot. So that was a real bad run for them offensively. And Marist picked up the D.
That's a perfect lead into our highlight package because Shotsline opened the game with a nice 3.
Yeah, Shotsline was real hot. I think she made 3 of her first 3 3-pointers and played very well, and they were getting her the basketball and executing. She was coming off screens, and that's exactly what Fairfield does well. They run their sets and their plays, and then Marist was able to do it through Madeline Blaze. Now Blaze, normally a 3-point shooter, can take it off the bounce now. She's extended her game where she can penetrate. She reads screens well too, and her players and teammates were looking for her until she got in that foul trouble. She was the player to really look out for. Having her back in the second half will be huge. She sat and rested a lot that half.
Look at the team numbers. Marist shoots a blistering 57%. Fairfield was hot in the beginning, only 29% overall. They did hit half of their threes, while Marist 5 of 8 from threes. Free throws were rather close. 10 second chance points for Fairfield. Gave them a lead early in this one, and then points in the paint. Foxes really picked up the pace by driving the ball. At the half, 37-26. Fairfield Stags looking for a comeback here against the 2 seed, Marist College Red Foxes. Welcome back to the 2015 MAAC Basketball Championships. We're just outside the Times Union Center on a decent day here on a Sunday, semifinals Sunday, and we're in our second semifinal of the day, and Marist leads 37-26. As the 2 teams headed to the locker room at the break, Mitch Monaguro caught up with Marist's leading scorer, Maddie Blaze.
Maddie, you get off to a great start, 13 points and then the fouls, but your teammates picked you up.
Oh my God, they did. Really good defense. You know, we held them to pretty low scoring the last 10 minutes. I'm really impressed with, Eileen. We're sprinting through screens. It's really impressive.
Yeah, coach kept harping on rotation, help. You're doing a great job with that. The last 12 minutes, you held them like 4 points. You got to continue that in the second half.
It's something we've struggled with all year, and it's a good time for it to finally come together.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Recently read a little nugget about Maddie Blaze. Maddie Blaze goes around to local coffee houses on the Marist campus and sings. She's an aspiring singer.
Pretty amazing.
She does it all.
She's got the full package.
Perfect line for Maddie Blaze in that first half. 5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 at the line.
And she only played 11 minutes.
Here's DeRose. They got it to her downtown.
That's a key. They've got to be able to get it inside to DeRose some this half. She didn't really do much in the first half, only had 4 points. But if they can get the inside-outside action, that would be key. And now, too, you've got Christine Miller back in the game for Fairfield. So that changes things for them, too.
She only got 6 minutes of action. Here's Carey starting into the second half. Draws a 2-shot foul.
Fairfield's not the same without Miller in the game, in my opinion. They just don't look the same. They were out of sorts after she got out of the game.
First foul on Tori DeRose. I concur with you there because she looks so athletic and she had some nice moves inside, scored in the paint. Remember, they dominated Marist on the glass too early. It was 5-0 at the first media break in rebounds for Fairfield. Kelsey Carey, 5th in the MAAC this year in field goal percent. Started 8 of the first 29 games. Coming off the bench today. And there's Miller battling, looking for help on a double. Felicia DeCruz, I figured she had a very quiet first half, even though she had 3 assists, 2 steals, 17 minutes of action. They're going to need her also to score.
Yeah, she's got to be able to be assertive. She doesn't have that scorer's mentality all the time. She needs to have that, I think, today, to give that extra player, to get that extra player in double figures.
Is Maddie Blaze. Her mission is obviously trying to drive the ball. Her first miss of the day. Over the years, Fairfield's MAAC tournament record 36-28. They've won 3 MAAC postseason championships, but it's been a while. 1988, 1991, and 1998. And Joe Frager is trying to lead them back to the MAAC title game, which will occur tomorrow here in Albany against Quinnipiac. There's Frager in his 8th year. He's done a good job molding this youthful team, and really first-year players when you think about it, because Smith didn't get to play last year. Cooper only played 3 games. That's Cooper jumping out on coffee.
Yeah, it's been baptism by fire for this Fairfield team. When he threw them into their preseason games, and they were tough games, basically you've got to say, hey, grow up quick. We're going to need you this year. And he's done a nice job with them. And that's a shot you got to take. And now Fairfield's won for their last 21 shots, which is just a pretty staggering statistic.
What's that do to your mind as a shooter, as you were well known?
It gets you into a funk. I mean, it really does. A lot of the game is mental, and you've got to be able to get over those humps and those streaks. I mean, I had shooting games where I didn't shoot so great, but you've got to continue to shoot if you're a shooter. But I think here at Marist, you've got to really tip your cap to them and their defense.
Clement with a nice lob. Looked like it might get intercepted, but she put it in the right spot for DeRose.
Yeah, that's a perfect post-entry pass. And it's one thing I've always thought that Marist has done a great job with, and even when I was playing there, is we always went through post-entry passes. You want to be able to feed the post as a guard.
Cooper, who hit a big 3 early in the ball game, misfired on that one. Shot clock continues to roll because it didn't draw iron. Here's Carey. Fairfield needed that.
Yeah, bad, real bad. Now they can have that sigh of relief. We finally hit a shot after going really dry for a long time.
They've taken 35. They've only made 10. Here's Blaze. Had a notion on a long-distance shot. Now on the quick release. It's money when she gets that ball up top.
And Maddie Blaze just playing with so much confidence today. Not too many shooters can stroke the ball like her. Just so smooth and such a quick release.
Armbar being called on Gomez Martinez. And these two teams played close games in 2 regular season meetings. Fairfield came into Poughkeepsie, beat Marist by 1. Marist went up to Alumni Hall and beat Fairfield by 6.
This is a nice ball reversal to Maddie Blaze. And Maddie had a player coming out at her, closing out right in her face, and she just drilled it. But this is the thing, Dean. I always, that's why I said this all year is, you know what, I know Marist has some losses this season. They do. But they've been here before, and they know what it's like to play in the MAAC tournament and to win MAAC championships. So you can expect that they're going to bring their A game when it counts. You can't count them out for a MAAC title this year just because they're not number 1 in the MAAC this season.
They have a coach who's taken them to the NCAA tournament 9 years in a row. And Clement playing with a little extra pep in her step. Remember, she got hurt first 30 seconds of this ball game. Took a shot to the eye from her own teammate, then came back on, getting a start here in the second half.
And really, Dean, you can throw everything out from the season once you get to the MAAC tournament. And, I mean, not everything, of course, but basically you get a new slate as a team if you're in this tournament, because you can be last and win the conference and go to the NCAAs.
Brian there talking to Erin Dowdy, Ledger. She played under the name Ledger when she was part of the first championship group that played for Marist, as Georges took the job in the 02-03 season. He went 13-16 from Our Lady of Lourdes High School. And since that time, 12 straight 20-win seasons, 9 straight MAAC championships. 10 of the last 11 years he's won the MAAC title.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Everything he's touched has turned to gold. Every team, every sport in high school, and then at the college level. He's just a winner.
Coffee all over Cooper. There's shots line, created her own shot. Miller for the putback.
And that's what Miller has to do. She has to continue to crash the glass to get some easy second chance opportunities, and she was doing that early in the first half. I think she can clean it up in there if she bangs the boards hard.
As a freshman, played in 29 games, averaged 10 minutes. And they brought her along slowly in her sophomore year.
And Marist is not going to give Fairfield anything too easy, so to do it on the glass will be key for Fairfield.
Fogarty dumping down for Clement, but a little bit out of control. And an offensive foul. DeCruz does a good job getting the offensive foul on Kat Fogarty, but Maddie Blaze has led her team, even though she didn't have a lot of minutes in the first half, was the leading scorer.
At Quinnipiac University, we offer the warmth and spirit of a small town. You feel it the moment you step on our picturesque campus, and a team of upperclassmen helps you move into your freshman dorm. You feel it in the dining areas as students and faculty share meals together. And you can cheer with your friends and Boomer the Bobcat at many of our exciting NCAA Division I sporting events. This is Quinnipiac University, where you're part of our community.
It's the community.
And here we go.
The atmosphere.
What a game. You can just feel the electricity here.
The competition.
Wow, we are tied.
The fans.
This is the matchup everyone's been wanting to see. And now the crowd is beginning to swell.
The 2015 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regionals. March 28th and 30th at Times Union Center in Albany, New York. What it's all for.
I got the personal attention I needed. I had a lot of options when I graduated. And as far as I'm concerned, this is my dream job.
Ryder prepared me for my NBA career, and I also got the education that I need for life after basketball.
I had 6 teaching internships while I was at Ryder, and right after graduation, I started a career that I love.
MAAC fans, log on to MAACFanZone.com today to enter into the MAAC Fan Rewards Program. Enter the promo code REBOUND to redeem your bonus points towards special MAAC gifts and prizes. Marist cheerleaders, they've been up here for the last few days, and the dance team as well. They do an admirable job. Marist band. Don't want to neglect the Fairfield band as well. They have been here, even though a smaller contingent, but making a lot of noise.
Definitely 2 good bands, and Art over there Marist, I know well, and he's always got the rally caps on, I guess you could say.
Mark Himmelberg, who's been the band leader for many a year. He's an interesting character, too, because he sings the national anthem. He does the pep song before the game. He kind of gets into the faces of the opponents.
Well,
everybody loves him.
And I'll never forget the time when in 2007 when our team with Marist went to the Sweet 16 when we arrived after that tournament out in Palo Alto. I think the whole band was there. He was there. I mean, they were all welcoming us back to Marist, but I'll never forget Art. I mean, he was always just a big part of the fans and stuff, so it was fun.
That matches their largest lead of the game at 17, as Coffey has done it from the outside and the inside.
And Fairfield just struggling to score. I mean, it's been a battle for them to stay with Marist offensively.
There's shots line set up on the screen by Miller. They are rattled right now offensively. You can tell the Stags come into the game averaging a little over 60 points a game in the regular season. They beat Niagara the other night, and they scored 65 in that game.
And I really think it's because Marist has amped up their intensity defensively. They've gotten a little bit more tight and made it tougher on Fairfield. Everything they do is dictated off of their defense.
Coffey for the set shot jumper. DeCruz on a runner. She was 7th in the MAAC in assists. She was 3rd in assist to turnover ratio. She had 3 assists and no turnovers in that first half.
I also think Fairfield did a better job in the first half early on, running the ball a little bit in transition, and Marist wasn't necessarily always getting back. They got a few baskets that way, but Marist has cleaned up that transition D, and Fairfield not really looking to push it much. I mean, they're usually a half-court team as it is, but I think they could look to push it a little bit more than they are. They're pulling it back every time and calling a play.
Blaze using that left-handed scoop shot draws another foul on the Stags.
And Blaze is taking what the defense is giving her today. If they're leaving her open, she's shooting, and she's able to take it off the bounce, and just showing versatility in her game today.
Her line, 6 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 on threes. She's the best free throw shooter in the MAAC, and she is now 3 of 3. Tori DeRose is coming back in. Out goes Coffey. Foxes have won 27 consecutive MAAC postseason games. It's really unheralded mark.
27 is a lot, and that's why until a team proves otherwise, I always give them the benefit of the doubt. Not just because I played for them, of course I did, but I mean they've been winning for years.
Foxes have never lost as a 2 seed either. They're 7-0. Elena Hortz. And a foul inside on the Foxes. And Georgia's disgruntled that time, a Cat Fogarty. With 12:48 left at the line will be Fairfield. And I know you've often said when you're in a shooting slump, the best way to get out of it is get to the free throw line.
Absolutely. You take it off the bounce, get fouled, and then get some easy freebies at the line. And you got to make them, obviously, but that's the best way to get your head back in the game, too. If you're a shooter and you're not making them, it gives you that confidence.
Fairfield has gone back-to-back years to the WBI postseason tournament, Women's Basketball Invitational. Loss here today would put him under the 500 mark, and that's never happened with Joe Frager in the first 7 years. This is his 8th year. Van Horn tried to leave it for DeRose. The theft there by Carey. DeCruz on the step out.
And DeCruz has when she catches that ball and shoots, she's got a pretty low, a low release point. If she moved that up a little, she could get it off quicker.
Tori DeRose up to 5 rebounds. She brought it down. Madigan Bailey continues to attack the rim. You mentioned she's taken what they're giving her. And she's intelligent enough to realize.
Well, see how she used the curl. She curled off that screen. She recognized it, that she had the lane. She called it out. One thing Marist is good at is calling out what type of screen it is and how to roll off of it, whether you're going to fade or you're going to curl or you're going to slip. They call it out, and you know your teammates know what you're going to do, but she read that well. And when you're getting covered closely, curl screens are the best thing to call because somebody's on you that tight. Curl to the basket.
And she's very adept at using her body to turn inside on the layup attempt. 4 for 5 at the free stripe. She's up to 18 points. Largest lead of the ball game at 19. Orts tied up there by Lai. When we come back from break, there's 11:50 left here in the second half. We'll talk to 13-year head coach Brian Georges of the Foxes.
Brian, really efficient on the offensive end. Blaze and Coffey are playing really well.
They are. And, you know, we're getting production from a lot of different people. It's really been a great team effort, but, you know, when Maddie's on the floor, she's tough to guard. And getting great production from her and Sydney. But we've really, after the first 8 minutes, we've really done a great job on the defensive end, limiting their opportunities and contesting shots. And, you know, trying to wear them down. So, you know, hopefully we can do it for another 12 minutes.
Good luck the rest of the half.
Thank you, Mitch.
Gotta love that poster. Gorgeous Georges. Let's go over to Mr. Georges right now with Mitch Bonaguro.
Brian, really efficient on the offensive end. Blaze and Coffey are playing really well.
They are. And, you know, we're getting production from a lot of different people. It's really been a great team effort, but, you know, when Maddie's on the floor, she's tough to guard. And getting great production from her and Sydney. But we've really, after the first 8 minutes, we've really done a great job on the defensive end, limiting their opportunities and contesting shots. And, you know, trying to wear them down. So, you know, hopefully we can do it for another 12 minutes.
Good luck the rest of the half.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, gentlemen. Our updated bracket. Quinnipiac awaits the winner of this game. Quinnipiac having won their 20th straight game today. Earlier, they beat Siena, the 5 seed, and they await the winner of this 2-3 game between Marist and Fairfield. You know, if you are looking ahead, I know you're not supposed to do that with 11:50 left. That could be a barn burner, Quinnipiac and Marist, if they do advance.
Perfect way to put it is a barn burner. I think it will be. And especially off last year, we talked about it in the last broadcast, but Quinnipiac was up the whole game. Or not the whole game, but it was pretty back and forth. They had it in the palm of their hands, and then they didn't win it. It was a close battle. So you know Quinnipiac wants it. And Marist wants to defend it.
Yeah, I think Marist is taken back a little bit. Quinnipiac got a decent amount of press this year, and obviously they ran the table, and justly do. I'm saying, you know, we still wear the MAAC championship ring.
Yep.
Until somebody takes it away from us.
Marist has to come in and defend that, though. They've got to. They absolutely can't walk in thinking. I mean, I don't think that they are. They never do come in thinking they're going to get it handed to them. So it should be a battle.
Fairfield wants to say something about it. They're still in this game with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left. Alicia DeCruz, Margot Dupree transferred in from Marquette. She's blocked out there by Coffey. You know, everybody's been talking about Coffey the way she shoots the ball, but the moniker is defense.
Yeah, she usually gets the toughest defensive assignments.
And when she missed 4 of the last 6 games, they really hurt. They went 3-3 in their last 6.
It just showed that she's an important element to this team, and this is a wide open lane. Yeah, Liza got to take it to the basket.
The kick for Coffey and a little bit of a step back. Marist at the last media timeout is still shooting over 50% at 56.7.
And Fairfield here just needs a bucket bad. I mean, they just can't score.
Only made 2 field goal attempts.
They've been on 31 points for a while.
Here's Dupree. Joe Frager brought her off the bench for that reason.
And she's come and done some real good things, and he's been a spark plug. Dupuis has been a spark plug for this team. That transfer from Marquette.
Stags looking for another opportunity to cut into this large double-figure deficit. There's Carey, and she rattles it in with an and one opportunity.
And a nice penetration by Kelsey. Carey turns the corner and splits the D and still finishes it. It's a little bit late rotation by Marist.
Brittany Lai picked up her first foul right there.
Kelsey, yep, she's an undersized post, but this year she hasn't been afraid to throw her body around though in the paint.
She is strong too.
Very.
Gomez, Martinez, Clement, Blaze, Coffey on the floor right now with the big Giroux. Coffey pushed her way to the basket that time on shots line. She's got a quick first step.
She does. She really does. She can get to the rack very easily.
Third team all-conference player.
She can get out of control at times and miss layups, but she gets there.
Marist fashion program attracted her to Marist College. She's a young lady out of Minnesota. One other person we know did rather well in the fashion program.
She did. Rachel Fitz now has her own Fitzu clothing line, and she's doing a tremendous job with it. It's really great gear. I'll give her a plug. Everybody should check it out.
Marist's all-time leading scorer. What a player she was. You had the great opportunity to play with her. Talk about inside-outside game.
Yeah, we had fun together for sure. She was one of those players. I mean, any guard is excited to play with a post that can score, and Rachel, she made me look good.
You did well on your own. So Coffey looking things over. Here's Giroux looking to turn the corner using brute strength. She got the defender on her hip. She turned perfectly to the rim.
I see her intensity too. I love her face after this. Puts her head down and goes. And something that she's just really improved upon is her face-up game. You know, I mean, she's the one player on Marist that plays well with her back to the basket, but she can turn and face like a guard. That's a nice play. You can tell that's a drawn-up play by Frager, Coach Frager, and DeCruz gets all the way to the rim.
Scores her 4th point in this one. Also complimented with 4 assists. Coffey was looking to run something towards the baseline. Blaze threw it away.
A little miscue there. I think the two of them just didn't communicate right.
Now, we talked about Fairfield's defense has been good through the year. 20 times this year they've held an opponent without a field goal made in 5 minutes or more, but also offensively. And we've seen it here today, even though they've scored now the last couple of possessions. 19 times this year they went without a field goal made over a 5-minute period.
Right, you know, and when I talked to Coach Georges before the game, he was nervous about them being able to score because of what Fairfield did to them in that one half of their last meeting together, with holding them to 10 points and a half. That's a pretty good defensive effort by Fairfield, and today it's kind of been the opposite. Marist has held Fairfield down.
So Marist had swelled the lead up to 19. It's down to 14 right now. Our third media timeout of the second half.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
You could win an out-of-the-blue party with a rock star, like Charlie XCX. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag #OutOfTheBlue with a picture of Pepsi.
Little under 8 minutes left here in the second half. 54-40. Foxes led at the break by 11. They pushed it up to 19. Fairfield now has come back to hit a couple shots here late, which has been not the ordinary today. You look at Fairfield's shooting numbers, 30.6%. Meanwhile, the decade of dominance for the Red Foxes of Marist College in search of their 12th consecutive appearance in a MAAC title game.
Yeah, they've done it for years, and they're continuing to build that winning program. Coach Georges has done a tremendous job. I've been lucky to be a part of it. 27 straight MAAC tournament wins. So I guess you could say there's a little bit of pressure to win out again, to maintain that legacy that a lot of teams have done in the past.
Foxes lost 5 regular season games in the MAAC, unheard of this year. But obviously winning against St. Peter's the other day, where they really struggled. They only won by 5. Here's the Cruz. But today has been dominating Fairfield.
Well, you know what? It's just kind of been about consistency. You know, Marist has been up and down a little bit in consistency, but they've also had some injuries. Earlier in the season, they had some injuries and battled some things, and it really what matters is that they peak at the right time, and the time is now.
And one of the factors is number 44 out there, Giroux, who's calling for the ball in the post. She missed their first 6 games with a foot problem. Here's Clement. A lot of air under that one.
And when Marist shoots the ball well, they're just a tough team to stop. Quinnipiac shot tremendous in the game before this, so if it all turns out like we think, Quinnipiac and Marist in the final, 2 teams that have that ability to stretch the defense and shoot the ball.
Dupree, she's usually instant offense off the bench. She's buried a couple threes here in the second half.
Yeah, she comes in and doesn't necessarily need to play a lot of minutes to get instant action. She gets in there and she is automatic. She scores and does something. She makes a stat line.
Comes from a major program in Marquette. The Cruz who's going for the steal. Third one on the Cruz.
And this is Tori Giroux, who is a very good passer for a post player. Finds Clement spotting up behind the arc, ready for it, hands were up, stroked it confidently.
So it's bonus time for the Foxes. Gomez Martinez at the line, 64%. Before they started this tournament, she had only taken 14 free throw attempts in the regular season. Ball back to the Stags. Number 3 seed this year, coming off a 22-win year a year ago. 15 wins as we start here today. Matched up against the 3 seed, Marist. Miller got a little space, but Fogarty denied her.
Yeah, Blaze got that foul.
Back to the Giroux point, so they open up the season. They play a tough schedule. They have to play Baylor, St. John's, people like that. They go 1-5. They get her back. They're a different ball club.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they struggled early on, and of course, Marist not used to going 1-5, and they could have packed it in then. They certainly didn't. But getting Giroux back was huge. I mean, she's their one inside person.
Blaze came over. Blaze picked up the 2 fouls about the mid part of the first half that sat her down the rest of the half. She didn't play the last 9 minutes. That's only her 3rd now, her first here in the second half, as I mentioned. Tori Giroux's coming in. They're going to give Blaze a break. You talked about Joe Frager playing like the 8th strongest non-conference schedule in the nation. Brian Georges doesn't duck a lot of people either.
No, he doesn't. And you know what? He would play even tougher competition if some of the teams he wanted to play played him. Honestly, you hear a lot of the bigger schools say, hey, we don't want to play them because they're I'm not going to use the word mid-major because they don't really use that word anymore, but
yeah.
if you're not one of the power conference leagues, but you have that ability to beat teams, they don't want to bring you into their gym or go to your gym and get beat, because then it doesn't look good for them. So teams end up dunking him.
Actually, Oklahoma came in and lost last year at the McCann Arena. He's friends with Sherry Cole.
But that was vintage why teams don't want to come in.
Yeah, that's even going to deny more people.
I mean, St. John's, I talked to Joe Tartamel, and I've said this before, but Marist should have beaten St. John's at Marist, but they ended up losing by a point or 2. And I talked to Joe Tartamel a couple days later because I did a St. John's game, and he said, I'm never going back to Marist again because it's hard to play there.
It's not good for the fan base.
And he said it was hot and it was hard to play there.
People have said that over the years. DeCruz for the clear. Fairfield's only got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to get back into this one. They're down by 12. They have been chipping away of late.
They haven't given up. I mean, they're still trying. And if they score here, they can get this within 10.
Clement took a shot to the neck. All beat up today. Took a shot the first 30 seconds of the game to the eye, and now took one right to the throat, it appeared, by DeCruz.
Yeah, it looked like DeCruz might have used her elbow a little bit there.
So DeCruz will have to sit down.
I like what Coach Georges says about Allie Clement, though. He just loves her assertiveness. And for a freshman, that's rare. I mean, a lot of times you see freshmen that they play with fear because they don't want to get pulled out, and she's not afraid to take the big shot in situations, and you know what? He likes that.
Found her in Falmouth, Maine. He's been searching New England quite a bit lately. New Hampshire, found Blaze. Fogarty went up to New Hampshire, found her, and then Clement from Maine.
In my day, it was all Ohio.
Wasn't it?
Most of my team, I had a lot of Ohioans.
Going up to New England now. Gomez Martinez on the kick for Van Horn.
And one thing that Joe Frager told us earlier in the season is trying to get his team to buy into that pack line concept of their defense. And I think they've gotten better as the season's progressed. With it today, struggling a little bit because Marist has lit them up.
Fairfield came into this game with 3 straight wins. After beating Niagara here Friday night in the quarters. And Niagara had beaten them twice this year.
That's the way this league's been. I mean, parity all across the board. And you see a team like St. Peter's do what they've done, and they had a losing record for a while, and they just improved dramatically as the season progressed. They didn't even look like the same team.
Patty Coyle has done a heck of a job.
She has.
Phyllis Mangino.
I mean, she comes from the New York Liberty. She's, she knows what she's doing, and Phyllis as well.
Head to our final media timeout here in the second half. Mariners holding it by a 12-point lead.
The community.
And here we go.
The atmosphere.
What a game. You can just feel the electricity here.
The competition.
Wow. We are tied.
the fans.
This is the matchup everyone's been wanting to see. And now the crowd is beginning to swell.
The 2015 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regionals, March 28th and 30th at Times Union Center in Albany, New York. What it's all for.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday. Let it go, Phil.
If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Coming up later today on the men's side of the MAAC championship bracket, it's number 1 Iona won the MAAC regular season title, led by Player of the Year David Lowry and guard A.J. English, taking on the 4 seed Monmouth. They're led by point guard Justin Robinson. Then at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, St. Peter's, who upset number 2 Ryder, will face off against number 3 Manhattan, who got by Marist yesterday, and they are the MAAC men's defending champions. So a doubleheader coming up 4:30 and 7 right here on ESPN 3.
Well, stay tuned. There will be some good ones later.
It's been a well-played tournament. As you see, Shooter, the mascot for the Red Foxes. Marist has gone through their own scoring drought, nearly 3.5 minutes. It's allowed Fairfield to stay within striking distance. But they got to make their free throws.
Yeah, they've struggled at the line today.
Now the updated number, they're 7 for 12. There you see Samantha Cooper. She had a decent first half, quiet second.
Yeah, you hate to see players miss free throws. It's just 3 points.
They're going to get Dupree back in. Out goes Cooper. Frager goes small because he needs offense. And he needs some people to try and rattle Marist a little bit with press.
And don't battle him till the end here. That's just the way Fairfield is.
Last time these two teams met was 2012 in the MAAC final that Marist won. Maddie Blaze, strong left hand.
And see, Fairfield struggled to get stops, especially the second half. And even when they score, they haven't been able to get a stop, and that's been a problem. And Blaze has just gone off today. She's been very good, which is kind of surprises me because she played well in that last matchup against Fairfield. In the second half, she really torched them. So you'd think that maybe they would have a game plan to slow her down, but she's just playing really phenomenal.
She's up to 21 points. Joe Frigger called the timeout right by the official's ear. And we take a break. 13-point lead. Marist trying to get to the MAAC title game for the 12th straight year.
You could win an out-of-the-blue party with rock stars like Fall Out Boy. Follow us on Twitter and hashtag #OutOfTheBlue with a picture of Pepsi.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Well, we had talked about him earlier in the telecast. Art Himmelberger, who has been at the controls of the Marist band for several years, and He's a fixture at the McCann Arena, the way he leads the charges, and he's got a great buy-in by the Marist community as well as the students.
You gotta love Art. He certainly gets them going.
It's all choreographed.
Yep.
Dance team, the cheerleaders.
Very professional, Dean.
That's a big advantage, you know. You got a band that's making all kinds of noise at a home game.
And they would fly out to the tournament, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they fly out to the tournament.
Well, they've been up here for the last few days.
Yep, they come out here. It's really, it was comforting to see them. You know, you have those fans at those games where if you go to the NCAA tournament, it's at a site where not everybody can travel to. So to have the band there was always helpful.
You said you were way out in Palo Alto, right?
Yeah,
California.
one year that we were in California and Louisiana, and we were in California a couple times.
Yeah, not a bad trip.
No, I was like, well, I'll welcome the West Coast.
Really, especially March.
Yep.
Kathy Lonergan has a call. Foxes pay another visit to the free throw line. Marist normally in the top 2 in free throw percent in the league as a team. They led it again this year at 76.8%. Good numbers for Coffey. Your dad Richard played at the University of Minnesota. Sister Leah playing at Northwestern. MAAC all-rookie team as a freshman this year, 3rd team all-conference. Do or die time for the Stags. Down here by 15. A little too much aggression there by Jarosz, who's done a good job today staying out of foul problems. 9th one on Marist. Jarosz, the 2nd leading scorer and rebounder in the league this year, has had a magnificent redshirt senior year. Didn't even start at Marist, started at Vanderbilt way back when.
Barely played at Vandy, and she transferred, had all those injuries, and really was in and out and not able to play a lot of minutes in her career, but she's finally back and healthy and playing very well.
Yeah, picked up there by Blaze. Looking at the notes, Jarosz, 49 career missed games, and today is her 49th game played for Marist.
Isn't that amazing? And they're looking at trying to get her a 6th year because of all those issues, and she's not sure yet if she's going to take it or not, or what's exactly going on, but she certainly wants to go out with a bang. I know that. I talked to her.
That's for sure. As Coffey scores her 20th point, Frager calls a timeout in front of his bench. The lead swells to 17. And it looks like the Foxes are going to punch a ticket to the MAAC final against undefeated Quinnipiac in the regular season, who won all 20 of their games and will go into that game with 20 consecutive wins. One of the best win streaks in the nation.
Yeah, they've done a tremendous job, and got to wonder too if they feel pressure because they've won everything all year long. I mean, they've beaten Marist twice, and it is hard to beat a team a 3rd time. I mean, that's just something that you hear all the time. But really, I mean, technically they don't have a lot to lose. I mean, they're number 1 in the conference, but they don't have the pressure that Marist has as far as the legacy here in the MAAC of winning.
Cooper got an open look. Secured there by Van Horn. So it's Clement, Van Horn, Bly with Blaze and Birchmeyer. Blaze for the pull-up, and Miller stuck it right back at her. Kendall Bob is checking in for her first call-up from the bench in the tournament. Out goes Maddie Blaze, and what a day Maddie Blaze had. 21 points, 7 of 10 from the field, and a bunch of boards.
Yeah, she had quite the performance. I mean, she doesn't even take a ton of shots. She has a high percentage. As Clement nails another one.
Well, she's giving them some offense here in the second half. Another Frager timeout.
Clement's another one that can do things in a short period of time. When she gets on the floor, she tends to score or do something while she's out there.
In her high school career, twice she was named the Maine Gatorade High School Player of the Year, 4-time state champ. So she's come from the pedigree of winning basketball.
Right, and that's why she's assertive, and you know coaches would rather you be assertive than not assertive enough.
There's Brian Georges. Some people say, I don't know how he does it. He's just obviously brilliant at what he does. He came from the high school ranks into Division I. Not even an assistant, just learned his trade on the go, and it's been great for him.
He's a good X's and O's guy. I mean, he knows the game really well. X's and O's. He coaches you well. He prepares you well for your opponent. That is his best quality. I know that just from playing for him. And all these years, that's the way he's been. He scouts other teams, and he knows how to get the best out of you as an individual player, how to keep you within yourself. He kind of creates a system and a culture, too, at Marist. It's a winning culture that he's maintained. I mean, you can kind of compare it to Gino Ariema and what he's done at UConn. It's just a little bit of a different level, obviously, the way that Gino's been, but it has to do with the culture, and he's a competitor.
Well, you look at it, he's got the 5th best winning percentage of any active Division I head coach at 77%. Here's the titles: Gino Ariema, Kim Mulkey.
Mulkey
right?
From Baylor, yep.
Yeah.
Tara Vanderveer at Stanford.
And 6 down at Hampton, and at Georges at Marist. It's amazing. He continues to win. And there's Brian Georges. He's applauding Felicia DeCruz, who's getting a direct salute from the Marist bench and from her home crowd that came to watch her. And you see where Brian Georges is on the graphic there. 324 wins and a great winning percentage at 77%.
Good company right there.
Wow.
Real good. And he was up at early in the preseason. He went up to UConn at one of Gino's practices, and you know he works hard. He really does. He goes there, kind of picks up some things from none other than the man of women's basketball.
Obviously, an upset Felicia DeCruz, who laid it on the line all games. She actually started the preseason injured. Didn't start the first 2 games, but willed her way through this season as the only senior member on the roster.
Yeah, and it's so hard to go out and know that it's your last game as a senior. And yeah, they might, I don't know if they'll get postseason play or not. Or she'll go overseas, but to be done with your college career is a hard thing to swallow.
And you're going to see that a lot this weekend, and we have seen it.
And it doesn't always hit you right away, really. It doesn't. Usually it doesn't, actually.
Shots line. That's the way she started the game. Joe Frager's going to play it right out to the bitter end, as his team trails by 16 with just 17.3 seconds left. So give me your early thoughts on a Marist-Quinnipiac final tomorrow, 4:30 on ESPN.
Well, I think it's going to, like you said, Dean, out of your mouth, it's going to be a barn burner. I really think that it's going to be a close one, and 2 teams that are very solid teams that have both learned how to win. And Trisha Fabry has done it in the NEC with that team, and Marist has done it here in the MAAC. And I just think it's going to be a fun game to call and a fun game to watch.
You'll be calling that game.
Yeah.
Have fun doing that game. That's one of those games you kind of sit back a little bit, let the pictures tell the story.
Really, it's going to be just straight up basketball, and who can come to play better that game, and who can defend better and play offense. I mean, these are 2 of the higher scoring teams in the conference, so you're going to see a lot of points, I would expect, and see Quinnipiac over here waiting, see what their fate is.
They drilled Marist twice by 18 each. Coffee didn't play in 1 game at Marist, but
it should be interesting to see how Marist adjusts. I think that's a big thing. Is both times that they played Marist, they really came out and they scored. They made shots. They were on fire. And Quinnipiac has this ability where they go on runs. And I mean, they're scorers. They're scoring machines. We said it before. They've scored in the 90s a few times. But you've got to be able to stop them.
And The Foxes have secured a bid to play in the MAAC final for the 12th consecutive year as Georges and Frager meet at the center line. Marist closes out a 17-point win in the semifinals of the 2015 MAAC tournament. Maddie Blaze led the way today. She had 21 points. Sydney Coffey added another 20. Brian Georges improves now to 34-2 in his last 36 MAAC postseason games. There's the final numbers in this one. We'll be back with our postgame after this. Foxes are in the finals. They best Fairfield here in the semifinals today. And we now have Mitch Bonagura lined up with Brian Georges, the head coach of the Foxes.
Brian, I thought you got good play out of a lot of people, and I thought your defense was really sound for about 30 minutes. What'd you think?
Our defense started out poorly and finished poorly, but in between those 30 minutes, we played really, really strong defense. You know, limited to, a few shots, but almost every shot was contested. We came down on the other end. We had good movement. Maddie and Sydney really showed their mettle today and really played good basketball. And we got contributions from a lot of people.
Ryan, the way your team plays, especially in tournament play, it's built for success. I mean, what do you hang your hat on in a tournament? What's your big thing with your players in a tournament?
Well, right now it's experience, and we're getting Maddie and Sydney have been in a lot of these types of games, and different people step up and they realize that it's a team that's going to win it. It's not one person that's going to win it for us, but as a team they're going to win it for us. So they did a great job today, and we got a monumental task tomorrow, but I like our kids.
Good luck in the final, Brian.
Thank you, Mitch.
Maddie, terrific win. You and Sydney really played big today, and Coach just said, when you're in a tournament, you got to rely on your experienced players. You've had a ton of experience. Does that help you in a tournament situation?
Yeah, it definitely helps too. Just playing with Sydney, we've worked together for 3 years now, and I think we do a really good job at reading certain situations together. We know what each other's going to do before it even happens.
And I think for 30 minutes, your defense was really good. I mean, Fairfield had 22 points in the first 8 minutes and then really struggled to score the rest of the game.
Yeah, Coach likes to pride himself in our defense, and I don't think it's been here all year, but it definitely showed up today, and I think that's what got us the win today.
You looking forward to tomorrow?
Oh, it's been on our calendar.
Great. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much.
And we look there at the final bracket. Quinnipiac, the 1 seed, who went undefeated in the MAAC regular season title, 20-0, going against the 2 seed Marist team that has won 9 straight MAAC titles. What else can you say? It's a dream matchup, and it's happening here on ESPNU tomorrow at 4:30.
Yeah, gonna be a good one. Got to tune in, and I'm lucky to be on that game, and it's gonna be close. And I think that Coach Georges said it perfectly. Their veteran experience did it today. They've been here before, so it should be interesting. Will that win out tomorrow? We'll see, because Quinnipiac's got a lot of vets too.
Well, partner, it's been great working with you throughout the season again, and have a great call tomorrow.
You too, Dean, as always.
All right, thanks, Jules. Our final score, Marist 67, Fairfield 50. We'll be back 4:30 Eastern Time. We're going to move over to the men's side. Number 1, Iota, taking on number 4, Monmouth. For Julian Viani and Mitch Bonagura and our entire crew, I'm Dean Darling saying so long from Albany.